Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kate. This is Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper, and I finally have a WIP Chat for you guys today. It's been a while since I was able to get one of these made, so I'm sorry about that, but we'll catch up a little bit today. I am working on Cozy Christmas Witch, this beautiful painting here. I hope it's focusing. There we go. So I am working my way along this row right here, and I'm at this very edge where I'm working on this flower pot here and the rest of these shelves. So I've done like this top section here, and I'm about to, once I finish this, I'm going to flip the painting over and do like the bottom sections and then leave the middle section with her face for last because I think that'll be fun. I am using this gorgeous pen from Donna Bass. It is just deliciously beautiful and sparkly and Christmassy to me, so I love it. I'm using this Christmassy Uni-Made tray, and I have my little nameplate that was made for me by Shire Shenanigans. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started here. So I feel like I have a lot to catch up with you guys about because it's been a long time since I sat down and chatted with you. We had the holidays, all of the holidays. Yeah, it's been, wow. I can't even remember how many weeks it's been since I did a WIP Chat. Whoops, I put a new glue dot in here and it's very strong, so I'm having to do a little bit of a light touch with my single placing. But yeah, I don't remember the last time I posted a WIP Chat. I've been focusing on other videos that needed to go out, like my year in review that got posted yesterday finally, some unboxings, and some vlogs that I really wanted to post. So now that those are out, I mean, I'm still not done with everything that I wanted to get done. I want to do an unboxing of all the Disney kits that I've collected recently, and that is actually my next goal. I'm hoping to get that out this week because I want to use that video to talk about the DP along that I'm doing in February of just like Disney kits, Disney DP along. Sorry, the camera wasn't focused, I think, from when I was showing you the sticker sheet. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the Disney DP along in my Disney unboxing, and it's just going to be like a little for fun DP along in February. And there's not going to be any rules or any prizes or anything like that. I'm just going to be doing Disney diamond paintings, and if anyone wants to join me, then they're more than welcome to. So yeah, I don't feel like I have enough of a loose enough schedule that I feel comfortable trying to host like a for real event, at least right now. Maybe sometime in the future, but I've never hosted one before, so I think for this first thing I'm doing, it's just going to be a chill DP along in February, and if you want to join in, you can. I know there's a lot going on here at the beginning of the year with other events, so I don't want to horn in on any of those either. So anyway, that video, like I said, hopefully will come out sometime this week. Maybe I can get it filmed tomorrow. It's Saturday as I'm recording this, and it's just, it can be hard to record during the daylight hours when my family is awake. Like earlier, I was thinking, oh, this might be a good time to film something, but my husband and son started playing a game. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like you fight each other kind of game, and it was there was a lot of heckling going on, and it was not quiet heckling. So I couldn't film at the time. But now it's, I think, 11 p.m. and everyone's quiet. Matt is asleep. He goes to bed pretty early, and I think Casey's still awake, but he gets pretty quiet at night and usually reads or does something a little more chill. How was your holiday if you celebrate anything over these last few weeks? I hope you had a great time. I hope you were able to see friends or family if that's what you enjoy during the holidays. If you didn't see my vlog that I recently posted, I had all my family here and it was amazing. My kids were all here all at once for at least one night. And that was the best gift for me that I could have received. So it was really great having them all together and being able to just hang out and play games with everybody. And yeah, I love Christmas because of the family. Like, it's usually a time where my family gets together and we see everybody. So that is my favorite part of the holidays. And we had such a great time. I gifted a few different board games to some of my family members. So we played those. One was called Ransom Notes, and that one is very fun. It's been out for a while, so if you haven't played it, you get these little magnetic tiles with just random words on them, or parts of words even, and then everyone gets a prompt, and you have to, like, you've drawn tiles, and you have to combine your tiles to make a funny response to the prompt. It's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, if you've ever played that, except you get more options because you have to form sentences on your own. And you have like a little magnetic or a little metal uh like plaque that you can affix your magnetic words to so that it spells a sentence. That was a blast. We had a lot of fun playing that one. And then my son Casey got my son Fletcher the Mistborn deck building game, and that was really cool. When I heard deck building game, I thought it was going to be more like, I don't know, like Magic the Gathering or something, where you have to, or like Disney's Lorcana, where you have to collect cards and figure out what you want in your deck and use your deck to play against someone else's deck. But it isn't really like that. It's more like a board game, and you have a character that you play, and each character has different strengths, and then you draw cards, and you can purchase different cards, and you play the game that way. We played it several times when Fletcher was still here, and it's really, really fun. I loved that one. And I got to play my favorite board game, Firefly, at least once with Sam and Adrian. That was during the time of the week when they were the only ones that were visiting. So Sam and Adrian and I played that one. And I think that was maybe the first time I've ever actually won, because I actually won that time. But yeah, it was a blast. And then my dad actually got the kids all Stormlight Archive pajama sets. So in the Stormlight Archive, there's this group called the Knights Radiant, and they have different orders. It's kind of like a little bit like Harry Potter houses, which, I mean, but there's 10 of them. So like you'd fit into an order based on like your personality and stuff. So we've all taken the official quiz to figure out which order we're in, and my dad was able to get them their matching order pajamas, which is funny because when we were at the Dragonsteel convention, both Sam and Fletcher almost bought themselves that pajama set. And I had to try and I knew that they were getting those pajama sets for Christmas, so I had to try to be sneaky and convince them not to and say things like, oh, I don't know if you'll be able to fit that in your suitcase for the way back. It's quite a bit of extra, clothing, and maybe you should try something smaller. But yeah, so I knew that they were really going to love getting those as gifts, and they did. So that was a really cool gift from my dad. And I was able to finish the stained glass piece that I had been working on to give to my dad. And I swear, I wait till after 11 p.m. to film these, and people still can't be quiet on the road outside. Anyway, I gave him his stained glass piece, and I think he really liked it. He put it up in his window at his house. So I actually just got him another kind of belated gift today because he's working on his very first diamond painting, which is A Day's Journey. My artwork. He has loved that artwork since I drew it like a year ago now. And when I told him it was going to be made into a diamond painting, he was like, "Get me one and I will do it." So I did, and he is. But he's having a hard time seeing the symbols and stuff because his house is kind of dim. He doesn't have any really bright lights. So I went on Amazon today and I got him like a telescoping arm light that he can like attach to his kitchen table and use to light up his workspace. So hopefully that'll help it go a little bit easier for him when he's working. He has gotten like the whole first couple rows done on the bottom. He's doing things a little bit differently than I do when I diamond paint. Like I work section by section because I like that feeling of completion. I'm actually doing a section and a half right now because I just wanted to finish off this row. But yeah, I like to work by section, and he likes to work by color, and he just goes up like a random amount and does one or does all of one color for like 2 rows and then goes back and fills in, the next color and stuff, which would stress me the heck out. But if it makes him happy and that's the way he wants to do it, then more power to him. So he's trucking along on that. I don't know how much he's enjoying the actual process of diamond painting. Like, I know that he loves the artwork and stuff, and the fact that he's continuing it makes me think he's liking it enough that it's not turning him off of diamond painting. But part of me is wondering if it's like I said I would do this and I'm determined to do it kind of thing, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I hope he's enjoying it, and I hope this light will make it easier for him. But yeah, the my favorite gift that I gave this year was, so there's a little bit of backstory to it. Last year, I gave my eldest, Sam, a set of books that I had wrapped up in like brown butcher paper. And I had written on there that they were to be opened in spring, summer, fall, and winter. Like, so Sam would have one to read during every quarter of the year. I was trying not to, I had seen this idea online, but they had done it like a book for every month, and I feel like that would have been a bit overwhelming. So I just did 4, one for every quarter, and they loved they loved that idea and had so much fun reading all the books, and finished up the last one like right before Christmas, so it was perfect. And Fletcher also really loved that gift that I gave Sam, and they were both hinting at me very strongly before Christmas that they both wanted something like that. So since they were both interested in it, I thought it would be, I'd change it up a little bit. And I thought it would be really cool this year if I bought them both the same 4 books and wrapped those up and did a buddy read with them. So, like, I will also read these books along with them during each quarter. So, there are 4 books, and we opened the first one in January. So, at the beginning of this month. And we're all reading it at the same time. And then once we get done, I don't know if we're going to immediately jump into the next one because I made sure they were all kind of shorter books because I know Sam is in, well, Sam works full time and is going to college full time. So I know that, neither of them really have a whole lot of time. So I made sure they were short, but we're kind of flying through them already. So I don't know if we'll jump straight into the next one once we finish the first one or if we'll wait and do one every quarter. But anyway, the first one is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. And I had heard about it recently, and it just seemed like such a cool concept. So I made that one number 1 because I was really excited to read it. And it is, we have all, by now, we have all finished the first section of 10 chapters that we were going to read first and then like wait for everybody there and chat about it before we move on. And now we've all finished that first set of 10 chapters, and it is everything I hoped it would be. It's absolutely beautifully written, and it's almost like you're in a dream when you're reading it. It's very dreamy and aesthetic, the style of writing that's in it. This author also wrote a book called The Night Circus, and I'm interested in reading that one too. Now that I know I really like her writing style. But yeah, so they are very excited about our buddy read, and so am I. I'm just like thrilled. I am so, I don't know. One of the things that I love most about all my kids is how much they all love to read, like genuinely love to read, because I know that there's a lot of adults that grow up reading, and then once they hit adulthood, they just kind of fall out of the habit and lose their love for it. And I have to admit that that's, I've never really stopped reading in my life, but there have been times where I haven't done it for maybe a year at a time or something. And I don't ever want to get back to that again because I love reading so much and I just want it to be part of my life. And I love that I can share that with my kids and that we can all cheer each other on. We all have each other on Goodreads and we're always excitedly waiting to see each other update, our progress on the books we're working on. So I don't know. It makes me so happy. So currently I am reading, I just finished a book that I was reading physically, and I had paused it because I was trying to get through my Brandon Sanderson Stormlight Archive reread so that I could start Wind and Truth, which is the most recent book in that series that was just released at Dragonsteel Con. So I did that. I finished the last book in that reread a few weeks ago, and then I started Wind and Truth, but also when I felt like reading physically, I finished up a book I had started a long time ago called Remedial Magic by Melissa Marr, and I finished that one recently. It's a pretty short book. It was only like 300 and some pages. And it was about a 3.5 star for me. It didn't really draw me in. It was it was short, but it felt like kind of a chore to read at times. And I didn't really connect with the characters. Some of their interactions felt a little forced to me and stuff. But it did kind of subvert some expectations. It didn't go the way I was expecting. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. I guess I will have to read the second one in the series to kind of see where it goes. But it isn't, I gotta say, it isn't high on my list to read, so I don't know when I might do that. But anyway, that took that um, off of my currently reading list. So now I'm currently reading The Starless Sea, which now we can start the second set of 10 chapters. And I'm very excited to do that. And Wind and Truth, which I am almost 40% of the way through. It's a big book. That one's like 1,600 pages. I'm listening to it on audiobook. And if this will mean anything to you, it's a 62-hour audiobook. So it's very long. And I am so far absolutely loving it. I am enjoying the heck out of it, but I'm hoping it stays that way. I've seen mixed reviews from people on whether or not they like this fifth and final book in the first arc of the Stormlight Archive, because it's going to be a 10-book series, and this wraps up the first half, which is kind of like a breaking point, a stop point, and then there's going to be a big time jump before the second 5 books happens. So, yeah, it's a big deal in that story. But so far I'm loving it. I'm hoping it stays that way, and I'm also finding myself really nervous as I'm reading it because I don't know what's going to happen. Unlike when I was doing my reread, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm worried about my favorite characters, and I'm worried that not everyone's going to make it, and yeah, so it's a little bit stressful, and that's why I'm glad I have The Starless Sea to also read on the side. And I have also started quite a while ago the third book in the Dragon Heart Legacy by Nora Roberts, which I am really loving. It's a romance or romantasy series, and I loved the first 2 books. They're just really cozy, and I mean, you know, bad things happen in them and stuff, so they're not low stakes, but I don't know, they just make me really happy. They hit all those buttons of things that I'm looking for when I want a lighthearted fantasy. So I also have that I can continue if I need like a break from the tenseness that is Wind and Truth. I kind of want to hurry through Wind and Truth so I know what happens and I can't get spoiled because I'm in a lot of Brandon Sanderson groups online, and I'm forever worried that something's going to get spoiled for me. If I see, I mean, they're very strict with spoilers. You have to give like a spoiler warning and then several lines, and so it doesn't show up that so people can't spoil you. But some people post like artwork, and you can obviously see the artwork in a post before you see the text that says spoiler. And so I've had very, 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 hopefully very minor things spoiled for me by seeing an artwork that somebody drew of a scene, you know? So I kind of want to get through the book quickly so that I can't get spoiled. But at the same time, I want to take my time because I know this is the last Stormlight Archive book we're getting for like something like 7 years. So I want to savor it. So I'm of 2 minds about that. But I just started it, I think like a week ago, and I'm already 40% of the way through. So I don't know how well I'm doing it, savoring it, but that's okay. I'm just going to enjoy myself. Anyway, so that's what I've been reading. And tonight, after I film this WIP Chat, I'm probably going to listen to the next section of The Starless Sea, which I'm excited about. What else? Oh, right. So for Christmas gifts, which is what I was talking about, I also got people, my plan was to get little sets of pixels, the new, like the sticker by number company, Pixels. I've never ordered from them before, but I wanted to get those to put in people's stockings on top of what Santa was bringing, and just to give as little, gifts that were kind of small, but something fun that people could do. So I ordered like 2 sticker sheet sets and 3 bookmarks. And it was 3 of the same bookmark because there weren't a lot of bookmarks in stock when I went to do the order. And I ordered enough time before Christmas that I would get them by Christmas. And I was really excited when they came in because I had also ordered enough that I could do one because I wanted to try it. However, when the order came in, there was only 1 bookmark. So I think it confused them when I ordered 3 of the same one, and they saw that. Whoops! They saw that as just one bookmark. So I only got 1 of the 3. Luckily, they sent like a little freebie sticker that I was able to gift to one of the people that I had planned to gift these items to instead of that bookmark. So I was able to have enough for everybody but me for Christmas. And it was really nice because Katie, Diamonds and Washi, heard about my predicament and was nice enough to kind of let me shop her Pixels stash and see if there was anything that I wanted to like buy from her that she could just replace, but it would get here quicker from her than it would from Pixels, so that I could try to have it here in time for Christmas. And it did make it. And so I was able to try doing some Pixels sticker sheet set over the past few weeks, and I I really like it. I wasn't sure if I would because you kind of have to, you're forced to basically single place, because you have to pick off these stickers one by one off the main sheet. Here, I'll show you. So this is the sheet with all the stickers. I don't know if that's in focus. Yeah, close enough. So they're about the size of a square drill, and you just use tweezers to pick them off one at a time and put them onto the numbered sticker sheet. So I just finished this like a couple nights ago, and it was so much fun. Sam really liked the one I got for them, and I think Fletcher isn't done with his bookmark yet, but I think he liked it too. So I did go back to Pixels and purchase. They did, by the way, I did email them, and they apologized and refunded me for the 2 bookmarks I didn't get. And then on top of that, they also gave me a $15 gift card for the mistake, which was really nice of them. So I used that to purchase a couple different bookmarks that they had restocked. And also I joined their monthly subscription, which if you haven't seen their monthly subscription and you think you might enjoy Pixels, I encourage you to check it out because it's only $12 a month, and you get a certain project to work on, and they feature and focus on a different artist every month, and you don't have to pay shipping either. So it's literally just $12, and I'm very excited to get my first one. It's like if you sign up in January, you would get March's set for your first one. So it's like not the next month, but the month after the month you sign up. So I signed up just before the end of December, and so I should get my first one of those in February. So I'm excited because I think that would be fun. But yeah, it's kind of a nice little something to do that when I don't have as much space as I need to diamond paint, because diamond painting is quite a bit larger. It takes up a lot more space. So if I want to do something that kind of scratches that same itch, but on a smaller scale, then Pixels is really fun. Although I will have to say, I can't see as clearly where I'm placing those. I have to actually get out. I have a pair of glasses that's like reading glasses, prescription reading glasses, and I haven't actually hardly even used them since I got them, but I have to use them for Pixels because I can't see well enough otherwise. But yeah, once I use those, it's like, oh wow, look how clear everything is. Signs you might be getting old. Anyway, actually, I just have really bad astigmatism, so yeah, I'm sure age is part of it too, but I have had eye problems ever since after I had Casey. So can't blame it all on age. But yeah, so really excited about Pixels. That's fun. What else? Oh, so for my husband, we had talked about getting each other new office chairs for Christmas because both of our chairs were really, really uncomfortable. We had also talked about possibly getting some hex-clad pots and pans, like as a mutual gift to each other because they're so expensive. Just getting a couple of those and having that be our gift for the year to each other. Because the idea with those is that they're supposed to last like a lifetime versus these nonstick pans that we keep buying that once the nonstick starts wearing off, you have to trash them because it's not good to imbibe that coating. So we talked about maybe getting some hex-clad, but then as we were talking about it, I'm sitting in my office chair going, this is really uncomfortable. And his chair was also really uncomfortable. So we had decided that day to go ahead and do the office chair thing instead of the hex-clad pan thing. And you know how your phone kind of like listens to your conversations and starts suggesting stuff on Facebook or whatever after you've talked about a certain product? I think my chair was also listening to our conversation because I kid you not, later that very same night, as I was on the computer doing something, I had to sneeze. And it was just a regular sneeze, I swear. It was not an explosive, crazy sneeze, but I sneezed and my chair literally dumped me forward onto the floor. And I was like stunned for a moment, like, what the hell just happened? Like, why am I on the floor? And what is going on with my chair? It literally, the base of it cracked and the whole thing is now like leaning forward and unusable. So yeah, the chair made the decision for me. It was like, you know what? Fine. If you're going to replace me, then I'm going to toss you on your butt and not work for you anymore. So that was interesting. But that was a few weeks ago now, like before Christmas, and we've just had a rough time finding new chairs. Like my husband and I went out to some different places just last weekend to see if we could find chairs that we like. And we're both the whole point of this was we were trying to find chairs that would fit our needs better than the chairs we previously had and that would last longer. So we wanted to go and physically sit on them to make sure they'd be comfortable and that the material is what we wanted and that they didn't feel cheaply made and all that stuff. So we went to like Office Max and a few furniture stores, and guys, they have hardly anything in person. Like Office Max had several, but none of them were good. So we kind of struck out. But as we were at our very last stop before headed home, we got back into the car, and this is our white Armada that we use whenever we take the dogs somewhere or whenever we need to possibly haul something large because it's like a V8. It's big. We got back in the car and we turned it on, and the whole dash console was not working, which had happened in the past, not quite a year ago. I think it was back in like May or something, where the car was still working, but you have no turn signals, you have no gas gauge, you have no speedometer. The whole gauge console is just dead. So the car will drive, but not safely. So we were able to make it home without using any turn signals, which my husband was like, "This sucks. I don't like this. This is not safe driving." And then as we were driving up the hill to our house, suddenly everything came back and it just started working again. Super weird. So now we're not wanting to drive it at all until we get it looked at. We did have it looked at last year when this happened, and the place we took it to did some kind of fix that they kind of just did without asking us. I hate it when mechanics do this. They're like, they didn't have good communication. They didn't keep us in the loop with what they were doing. They just told us, the part that they needed to replace was on back order or not available. So let them see, they said, let us do a little research. And then they went and did like their own fix to our part that was already there without even telling us what they were doing or asking us if that's what we wanted. Drives me nuts because, obviously we paid for that fix that we didn't approve. And now it's not even a year later and the issue is back. So it didn't even fix the issue. And not only that, but we barely drive this car because it's our third car that we only use, like I said, when there's something big to haul around, So it hardly lasted at all. So we have an appointment on Monday to bring it back to this same place and be like, hey, you did this fix that didn't fix it. So what are you going to do about it? And if they can't fix it or they want to charge us a bunch of money to fix it, I don't know what we're going to do because we would probably just say no to them because we're not happy with how they do business unless they're going to fix it for free because they didn't fix it right the first time. But if they refuse to do that or can't do that, I don't know what we're going to do because it's silly to keep pumping money into this car depending on, how much it's going to cost for the fix when I think it's like a 2008 car, and it's paid off and everything, so that part's cool. But wait, was that a 5? Can't see. Yeah, that was a 5. Okay, I had it right. But how much money? At what point do you stop putting money into an older car and just accept defeat? And I don't know. See, because I don't want to sell it to somebody if it's got problems. I wouldn't mind trading it in to a dealership because they could, fix it or whatever before they sell it to somebody. And at least if they didn't fix it well enough, the person could be like, hey, and bring it back to them and be like, what the heck, you sold me a piece of crap. I don't know. So I'd trade it in, but I also don't want to buy a new car. Like, we have 2 other cars. We don't technically need a third car, really. We only like having this one because it can carry, like, I think 8 people, 7 or 8 people. And it's great because it's bigger for the dogs, and it's got 4-wheel drive if it snows and all that stuff. So that's why we have it. But I don't want to spend the money it would take to get another big 4-wheel drive, like, even used. The price on them has gone up so much. Yeah, so I don't really want to trade it in either because I don't want another car payment. And yeah, I don't know what to do with it. It could just sit in our driveway, but what's the use in having it then? So I don't know. It seems like one thing after another with a lot of our appliances or cars or pets, or, something's always coming up lately, and it can stop now. We're well past, usually it's like bad things come in threes. We're well past threes. So now I'm just complaining, but I don't know. It's frustrating. Speaking of cars, though, my dad was super sweet, and his friends were selling their old car. It's like a 2006 Honda, and he helped buy it he mostly just did the buying for Fletcher, because Fletcher's car was a 1997 Dodge Neon, and I've talked about this before, but it was pretty much relegated to a round town kind of car because it's so old, and wasn't holding up super well when we tried to take it over long distances. It's great for, like, him going to work and all that stuff around town, but he couldn't really safely drive it up here to, like, visit me and stuff. So my dad helped him out and got him this new old car. And Fletcher came up and got that, and I was dumb and totally forgot to give Fletcher the title because the Neon is in my name. So I was going to give him the title so he could sell the Neon to a coworker who needed a way to get back and forth to work. And he was up here to get the car, and I totally forgot to give him the title, so that was dumb. But he did come back during Christmas time and drive the car up here, the new car. So that was cool, and I was able to make sure and give him the title at that point. And then the person who he's selling the old car to wanted to delay the sale a couple weeks anyway because they were wanting to wait until they got a paycheck they were waiting on or something. So it didn't really end up mattering that I forgot to give him that title, but it was kind of just like, really? He was up here specifically for that and to pick up the car, and after all that, I forget to give him the title. It sounds like a very me thing to do. But we were a little bit distracted because while they were here, they were helping me like decorate the Christmas tree, and we played Mario Kart and stuff like that. So they were only here for like a day when this was all happening. They didn't even stay the night or anything. So it was a quicker visit than usual, and I feel like it just threw me off, and I totally spaced the title part. Oh well, it's all fine now. And now Fletcher has a more reliable car that he can use to come visit me more often. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But yeah, that was really sweet of my dad to do. So that was Christmas and birthday, and probably upcoming Christmas and birthday. But at least we know who the owners were and what exactly kind of condition it's in and all that stuff, because he knows them. They're his friends. So yeah, that was kind of a serendipitous occasion for them to be selling that right when Fletcher could have used a new car. And my dad, they live up in Washington, like pretty far away from us, like 9 hours or something. And my dad actually rode a train up to see them and get the car, and then drove the car back. So he really went above and beyond. So Fletcher and I super appreciated that. And I paid the fee to like change the car from Washington to Oregon. It was something like $276 to get the new registration because it's changing states. But yeah, it was expensive. But at least I could do that much of it, and my dad didn't have to pay that part. So, ooh yeah, when Sam was here, we went to see Wicked in theaters, which I was very excited because I have never seen the play, and I really wanted to see the movie, and nobody that I live with would go with me, and even my dad wouldn't go with me, which surprised me because my dad usually loves going to see movies and stuff. But I have offered to go to 2 different movies with him recently, and neither one of them he was interested in. So I wanted to go see that movie Heretic, which is kind of like a horror thriller, and he was not into that. And then I wanted to go see Wicked, and he was not into that either. And I was like, that is usually more up his alley. Like, I didn't think that would be a movie he wouldn't want to see, but there you have it. So luckily when Sam and Adrian were here, they were up for seeing it. So I am so glad because I don't know, it was magical. I really liked the movie. I liked the songs. I've heard some of the songs before just from like the soundtrack or because, they're pretty popular. Ha, popular. Anyway, so I'm not like oblivious to the music and everything, but I didn't know the story at all because I haven't seen the play. And I still don't know everything that happens in the story because this was only part 1. I am frustrated though because I watched some videos about the movie, and it was supposed to just be about the movie, but they were talking about things that happen in the second half of the play. So I did get a couple things spoiled that I was not expecting to be spoiled on, but they're probably not, I don't know, they're probably not huge points. Some of them, I kind of figured on my own anyway, but I was still kind of annoyed because it's like, not everyone has seen the play, guys. I know it's been out for years and years and years. I really can't complain. But they didn't mark it as spoilerish for the whole story. You know what I mean? I don't know. So anyway, I have had Dancing Through Life stuck in my head like every day for the past couple weeks now. I'm totally into that whole scene. Like, I think I'd go see the movie again just for that one song and dance scene. Like, it was really fun. The way they choreographed it, and Jonathan Bailey, and like just the whole wheel thing that they had going on. I watched a behind the scenes of how they made that, and it was pretty dang cool. It was all like, it wasn't CGI, it was all physical set, and everybody was actually performing all of the stunts, and yeah, it's really cool. So I've been watching lots of behind the scenes on the movie because I just thought it was really well done and so fun. And I love the music, and so yeah, um, really recommend seeing Wicked if you haven't yet, and if that's your kind of movie. But yeah, really excited for the second one to come out next year so I can finally know the end of the story. Anyway, guys, I think that that's all I really had to update you on. I like it when I can come back from a long break of not doing a whip and chat, because then by the time I come back, I actually have enough to talk about to fill the whip and chat. I'm not very good at um, talking for an hour when most of my weeks are just I worked, I diamond painted, I slept, I listened to some audiobooks, I do a lot of the same stuff. But at least there was some exciting stuff to tell you this time. And before we end off here, I will go ahead and move on to yay or nay. I think the last question I asked, yay or nay, was, do you like pumpkin pie? So it must have been like after Thanksgiving that I asked that, because that's usually a Thanksgiving thing. And I know I did another whip and chat in there, but it was like a tag. So I didn't do, and then I did a vlog whip and chat thing. So I didn't do yay or nay for those. But yeah, so it was, do you like pumpkin pie? And my answer is a resounding yay. I love pumpkin pie, especially with, more whipped cream than there is pumpkin pie. I just love whipped cream on pumpkin pie. I typically have Cool Whip because I'm too lazy to make my own whipped cream. I know some people like Ready Whip, like the spray can whipped cream on top, and I'll take that in a pinch. But I prefer either Cool Whip or homemade whipped cream. As long as there's whipped cream, I'm good. Nikki Morris says, I love pumpkin pie. It's really the only pumpkin thing I like. I eat mine with tons of Cool Whip. 80s chick with glasses says, pumpkin pie is a no for me. Maybe it's cultural, but I'm definitely a sweet potato pie kind of person. I have never had sweet potato pie. I would love to try it. It must be a cultural thing. I think that's more of a southern dish, sweet potato pie, southern US. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I've never had that, but I would totally like to try it. Diamonds at Tiffany's says, hell yes to pumpkin pie. Marie Callender's has a pumpkin cream cheese pie that is to die for. Seriously, I could eat the whole thing. Whipped cream is the perfect dessert. I have been known to just eat it out of the bowl with a spoon. I think Tiffany's might be my spirit animal. Pumpkin cream cheese pie sounds fantastic. I often buy Marie Callender's frozen pumpkin pies and make those in the oven, but I've never seen them sell a pumpkin cream cheese pie, at least not anywhere near me. But then again, we don't have a Marie Callender's like restaurant here where I live. So maybe they only sell it in the restaurant, or maybe they only sell the cream cheese pumpkin pie in some stores. I don't know, but I'm jealous. I would totally eat that right up. Gail McCormick says, I'm okay with pumpkin pie, but it needs a lot of Cool Whip. I usually go for other desserts or other pumpkin pie flavored treats. Ooh, okay. That's fair. For Christmas, Fletcher made mini pumpkin pies, little bite-sized ones. He makes them in a muffin tin, and they're so adorable. And my stepdaughter, Raya, was popping them like candy. She took the Ready Whip, the spray can whipped cream, and she'd just go to the fridge and take out one of the little mini pumpkin pies we were storing in there and spray a bunch of Ready Whip on it and eat it. It's like every time we turned around while she was visiting, she'd be doing that. It was hilarious. Alexis Justiniano says, nay, apple pie all the way. And that's my husband's favorite. We usually have to have both apple and pumpkin at any family get-together so that he will have something to eat. But yeah, the total on this one was very much a toss-up because there are a lot of strong opinions apparently about pumpkin pie. But it ended up being 10-7 yay. So the yays have it. Pumpkin pie is the winner. I need to go get another bag of this color because I have used up the last bits. So I'm going to set this aside and tell you the yay or nay question for this week, which is, do you like musicals? Whether it's like on Broadway or as a play or movie musicals? Let me know, yay or nay, do you like musicals? That said, I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead. Thank you so much for joining me for this WIP Chat, and I will DAC you in my next video. Bye everybody!